and good day, pre-algebra. Happy Monday. We're starting off the week, which what I think is going to be a pretty nice objective. We are on the cusp of solving equations here. We started the unit talking about expressions, and we worked with plugging values into an expression to see what we would get. This objective is one step short of an equation, which is where we're plugging values in for a variable to see if that variable makes the equation true. One of the most important and best things you can do when we solve an equation is to check your answer, right? It's almost like cheating in math, but I encourage it. Check your answer, make sure it makes sense. That's essentially what CO15 is all about here. Okay, so we're going to start by defining an equation. We talked about this earlier. How is an expression different from an equation? What does an equation have that an expression doesn't have? Put it like that, Abby. And more than the answer, the equal sign, right? An equation actually, it tells you, U has a U on it, tells you that two expressions are equal or have the same value. I'm going to put that in parentheses. An equation tells you that two expressions are equal or they have the same value. Okay? It tells you two expressions are equal, have the same value. For example, here's an expression, 2 plus 3. Here's another expression, 4 plus 1. The equal sign tells us those two expressions have the same value. 2 plus 3 is the same as 4 plus 1. They both equal 5, right? They have the same value. We're so used to the equal sign giving us the answer or telling us the answer, but that's not necessarily what it does. The answer to 2 plus 3 isn't 4 plus 1, right? They're saying that those two expressions have the same value, okay? So, given the equation 8n plus 22 equals 54, can n equal 1? Why or why not? Jeffrey?
Not because if you did 8 times 1, it would just be 8.
Yeah,
8 plus 22.
right. If we plug in 1 for n, notice I kept everything else the same here. I just plugged in 1 for n. Is 8 times 1 plus 22 equal to 54? No. 8 times 1 plus 22 is equal to 30. Therefore, can n equal 1? No. How about 7? Can n be 7? Is 8 times 7 plus 22 equal to 54? No. What is 8 times 7 plus 22? 8 times 7 is 56, plus 22 gives us 78. That is not 54. So n can't be 7. I hope it's 4. Cade, can n be 4?
Yeah.
Why, Cade?
Because. I just did.
Hey, folks.
I just did 54 minus 22.
Okay, so you can kind of work backwards through the equation, right? If you subtract 22 from 54 to get 32 and know that 8 times 4 is 32, you can kind of work at that way. Or plug it in. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 22 equals 54. That's what we want, and so 4 would be the value for n. So all this objective is asking you to do is to plug values in for a variable, use the correct order of operations, pay attention to things like signs, and does the equation work out? Now, is 4 the only thing n can be, or are there other values out there too? Yes, you may think. Well, you think. I'll call on Jeffrey.
No, because, well, unless you could want to change the signs.
Well, yeah, if we change the equation, then n could be other things, right? But if we kept it as 8n plus 22 equals 54, is 4 the only option?
No, or yes, because if you do 8 times 5 or 8 times 3, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, 4 is the only value for the variable, okay? Because it's the only way when you multiply 8 by a number and add 22, 4 is the only one that gets you to 54. So keep that in mind that when we start to solve equations here, we are going to be looking for only one answer. And it's really nice, it's really easy to tell if you found the right answer by plugging it back in and making sure it works. Okay? CO15 is all about checking your answers. It's an important part of solving an equation, and I dedicated an entire objective really just to that. Do you have a question?
All right, two. Can there be multiple n's or like variables in a equation?
Yes, there can be.
And then is this algebra or pre-algebra?
Pre-algebra and algebra are basically the same thing. I mean, there are certain basics that you need. Like, when you do swimming lessons, is level 4 very much different from level 5? Not really, right? You might swim for longer in level 5. You might learn a few new skills, but it's all just swimming. Same thing here. In algebra, we'll spend more time on certain things. We'll go deeper with certain things. You'll learn a few new skills, but this is kind of one of those prerequisite, those basic skills that you need to have going into algebra. Yes. Sure. Yes.
Is it possible for someone in pre-algebra to go to geometry next year?
It's been done, but you need to spend some time with me, some quality time with me over the summer, because those skills that you would learn in algebra, we'd have to learn over the summer, and you pretty much have to rock pre-algebra.
But isn't geometry basically just algebra? Because Drake, you know Drake.
I do know Drake.
Yeah, Drake
Yeah.
told me that
Pretty nice guy.
they're just still doing algebra.
We use algebra in geometry, but it's a completely different branch of math. I mean, you use algebra in it, but it's not algebra. Yeah. Okay, the next one, -2 times 3n plus 1 equals 28. Can n be 3? Well, to test this, why? What say you? Yeah. We're not there yet. We're not there yet, though. We're not there yet. So, can n be 3? Notice how I rewrote the equation exactly as it was. I just replaced my n variable with the value that we're testing, 3. Okay. Following order of operations, we're going to do our parentheses first. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. -2 times 10 is -20. Can n be 3? No, because it does not equal 28. Can n be -5? -2, then in parentheses, 3 times -5 plus 1. Do our parentheses first. 3 times -5 is a -15, plus 1 is a -14. What's -2 times -14? Liam?
Positive 28.
Did we find the answer? Yes. Okay. N can be and is only -5. Because when you plug that in, so this is kind of a review of order of operations also, right? And just sign understanding, things like that. -5 is the answer. We don't even need to test -2 because we already found it. N can't be more than one thing. If it's -5, it's not going to be -2. Okay? Questions on any of this so far? All right. Wyatt at the bottom.
But you said on like one of the last objectives that we could use a calculator on that, so could we use a calculator on this objective?
You will be able to use a calculator on this upcoming test. So you can use a calculator here. As far as showing work, the work that I want to see you plugging in the value for the variable and then doing any necessary steps, order of operations wise, to get to the answer. So for this first one, where the bolded number, that's what you're testing. So you're plugging in 3 for n. What does 3 minus 13 equal? No. You fell into my trap. What's 3 minus 13? -10. Okay? Because these two things are different, right? What I wanted to know is, does 3 minus 13 equal 10? No, it equals -10. That's all the work that I need to see. But I need to see at least this step of you plugging that value in. Okay? Let's do the third one. 24 divided by n equals 6. I'm asking you to test 4. So we're going to plug 4 in for n. What's 24 divided by 4? 6. Is that what we want it to equal? Yes. So yes, 4 is the value for n. It does make the equation true. Okay? Let's do one on the bottom row. Let's do that first one where I'm testing 7. Kate asked earlier, can you have multiple n's or multiple variables in the same equation? The answer is yes. And if you do, if the variables are the same, like here, they're all n's, it means that they're all the same value. One n can't be 7, the next one 1, and the third one -5, right? They all have to be the same thing. So we're testing 3 times 7 plus 2 times 7 minus 8 times 7. I need to see that step. I need to see you multiplying it out. So 3 times 7 is 21. 2 times 7 is 14. 8 times 7, 56. Does 21 plus 14 minus 56 equal -21? What does 21 plus 14 minus 56 equal? Wyatt? It does equal -21. Okay? So yes, that would be the value for the variable. Okay? The rest of this page, which is really just this page, it's a one-page objective, is due for tomorrow. You have some questions down at the bottom as well. Some word problems here. You're just writing a true equation with a variable value of 9. Oh, we have to go, don't we? All right, homework to tomorrow. That's how you math.